TWiGames.com.
Welcome to this week's episode of TWiGames.com. We begin with Modern Warfare 2's pre-order numbers and more Pitchford Valve drama. But first, the supposed leaked images of Halo Reach. Brian, what do you make of these fuzzy cell phone pics?
I see a name, Tom Morello.
Tom Morello.
Tom Morello. I think, there's a lot of discussion about the engine when they saw the pictures. I think it's clearly a new engine.
Clearly a new engine.
And it looks higher fidelity. My question is, are they going to be able to keep the split screen in with higher fidelity?
Well, I think Bungie would totally 100% not take out the split screen. That's like a staple of the Halo franchise. They're not going to remove that, so I don't think you have to worry about that. But what I will say is, you say it clearly looks like a new engine. I don't see that. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not saying that it is. And, a lot of the veteran Halo players are also saying the same thing. They think it looks like the same engine.
I think you're misconstruing art style with fidelity, though. I think the Spartan laser is clearly clearer and more high fidelity. Interesting, though, it looks like there's a squad-based, like health bars in the lower left.
Yeah.
Where's the gameplay going to go? I want to see class-based gameplay.
Class-based gameplay would be a sweet addition to the Halo series. But, Brian, back to your point. Of course the laser can look better using the same engine, right? I mean, you can always make games look better using the same engine. Look at Uncharted 2 compared to Uncharted 1. Same engine, it looks a lot better. So that doesn't mean it's not using the same engine. And to me, Bungie, come on, this is your last Halo game. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's take a little risk. Everybody loves the look of the Halo franchise, but I don't know, maybe switch it up a little bit. Do something to make it look like a different game.
I mean, we can't make too much out of this. They're obviously pre-alpha. They're placeholder graphics.
Absolutely.
I love Bungie Studios. I love Halo games, but I'm glad this is their last one. I want to see them do new things.
Yeah.
More drama than TNT. CEO of Gearbox, Randy Pitchford, just can't stop talking about Valve, and he likened them to fanboys. Quote, Doug Lombardi had to take a swipe at the PS3 again, and I thought it was foolish. I read it the same way I read fanboys. And only a couple days later, Chet Valzek of Valve said about Left 4 Dead 2, quote, in hooking up with your friends in the community aspects, I think the Xbox 360 is head and shoulders above the PS3. Rich, what's next? A surprise pregnancy or an impromptu wedding in the Valve Pitchford drama?
First of all, this whole thing is hilarious, all right? But Randy Pitchford, all right, he just released a very well-received, popular game in Borderlands. So if this was a rap beef, this guy would have some street credibility. However, Valve, how about you guys tighten up a little bit and stop releasing all this steam? Because, to be honest with you, you guys have no right to make these statements. Like, what's even the point? Other companies release exclusive games, and that's it. Here's an exclusive game. What is the point of talking trash about the other system? I don't see it.
The point is people keep asking them about it because people want to see their games on the PS3, so they constantly have to answer their question. So in this situation, he's saying it's the community features. And in this specific way, I agree with him because Left 4 Dead is a team-based game. You need people to communicate on the microphones, and one system ships with every system a microphone, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm playing Uncharted 2 online. When I play in co-op mode, everyone has a mic. There's no issues. When I play deathmatch, yeah, maybe 30, 40% of the people have mics instead of 100%, but you know what? I enjoy that more. I don't want to hear these idiots running around with racial slurs and all these 15-year-olds who haven't gotten through puberty yet talking all this trash. I don't need to hear that when I play deathmatch.
That's his point, though, is he knows when he ships a 360, they'll all have mics. He can't be sure of that on the PS3.
And that's a reason to not
That's
a reason to not
and that brings it back
game.
to the Orange Box situation. Is they look bad because of Orange Box. When they
That's their own fault.
No, but they didn't port it.
That's their fault that they didn't
Exactly.
port it.
So why would they risk that again? They release it for the PS3. No one talks, and they say Left 4 Dead 2 sucks.
No. They wouldn't.
And that
they
wouldn't
risk it
be
again.
their fault. It would be a risk because people would say Left 4 Dead 2 sucks because no one's talking on the PS3.
First of all, that's not true at all because anybody who's interested in Left 4 Dead knows that it's a co-op game. PS3, you're acting like PS3 gamers are like 12-year-olds who are idiots. Like
I'm not saying that.
These people who buy this game are the type of people who want to cooperate with people and who will have mics.
But why would they take that risk of another Orange Box situation?
How is that a risk? I mean,
because
this is a business
they
here.
can't be sure that someone's going to spend whatever amount of money for a Bluetooth headset.
Look, enough people will have mics to not ruin Left 4 Dead, first of all. Second of all, from a business point of view, they're losing a potential million sales. And the reason is because the community on Xbox is head and shoulders
obviously
above.
That's not the only reason. They've already said before that they don't think it's fiscally sound.
It's not fiscally sound for Valve, who's probably, top 3 developer out there, yet every other developer somehow, some way can port their own games to the PS3 and make them good. I don't see Valve's point here. I mean, Valve is being a bit ridiculous.
It's not only that, though. It's a lot of things when it comes to them. I don't think Valve would release a game on the 360 if it wasn't even that easy to port.
Yeah, well, I agree with
They
that.
are clearly a
They're
PC developer.
Yes, they're a PC developer, and the reason it's on the 360 is because it's very easy to port the two. I completely agree with that. But having said that, if it's going to be on one console and you have millions of other people who want your game on the other console, just release it. You know, this is ridiculous. This is out of control. In another thing, Valve, I prefer per plus. A GameStop VP said of Modern Warfare 2, quote, "As of today, the number of pre-order reservations we've taken for the game is the highest of any title we've ever sold in our 6,200 store network." Brian, does this mean Activision will have Treyarch release 10 spin-offs of Modern Warfare next year, including Modern Warfare Hero?
Possibly. I want to say this thing. Sony and Microsoft should be thinking Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
If you're a Halo fan, chances are you own a 360 and ODST is not going to sell that many systems.
Yeah.
Uncharted 2, system selling caliber, not the name though.
Yeah.
People are going to be walking into the store this holiday saying, what do I need to play Modern Warfare? It is going to be the biggest system seller this holiday.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna catapult sales for both systems, 360 and PS3. You know, this is crazy. When I first heard this, I was like, what? Like, I was thinking of all the franchises out there, like when Half-Life 2 came out, Mario games, Zelda games, like even Halos. This is the biggest pre-order ever. I mean, mind blown.
Wait, what did you think about Reggie? He said that New Super Mario Bros. Wii in 2 months is going to outsell Modern Warfare 2.
You know, I got to say, Reggie, I don't think so, buddy. Look, January 2010, Modern Warfare 2 by that point will have 5, 6, 8 to 10 million in sales. Who knows? New Super Mario Bros. Wii is the type of game that's going to sell for a long time, but it's not going to outsell Modern Warfare 2 by January 2010.
Michael Denny of Sony, Yoichi Wada of Square Enix, and Rod Kuzin of Codemasters all believe in the strength of the new IP. Said Denny, quote, "Consumers crave new things. If we want to stay relevant in an increasingly competitive marketplace, we have to continue to produce new experiences." Rich, knowing that you want Uncharted 14 in Final Fantasy 87 SVU unit, what do you think about what he said?
Look, I mean, when I play a great game, I want a sequel only if they will make the sequel a lot better than the game I just played. Uncharted 2 is a great example. They made it significantly better than Uncharted 1, great sequel. Do I want an Uncharted 3? Yes, only if Naughty Dog will make it that much better than Uncharted 2, right? But onto the new IPs. Look, of course, the industry needs new IPs, but it doesn't need a new IP with a Space Marine. It needs a new IP with something extremely new, like a Shadow of the Colossus. That was a new, awesome IP that was great. And another point I want to make is, you know, if you're going to make a sequel, make one that makes sense. BioShock 2?
No sense. When I finished that, I was like, I didn't want more.
No.
It was a self-contained experience.
I didn't even consider a sequel when I finished that game. It didn't even cross my mind. I was like, wow, I just beat BioShock, great game. What can I play next? Like, BioShock 2 does not make sense.
Here's the problem with the new IPs. Especially now, budgets are huge. And if you have big budgets, you need to play it safe.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to see. On Xbox Live, PSN, WiiWare, all digital download games, you can take those chances. So I want to start seeing the big companies make small 5-man teams and try their hand at that. And they can experiment with new types of strange experiences through that way.
Yeah, like Flower, for example. That's a great example.
And here's the only way that we're going to see really a lot of innovation in the industry, is they have to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
In the 70s, film was losing money to TV. What do? They're like, hey, let's give this guy Scorsese a camera to make a movie about a sociopath in New York.
Yeah.
And TV now, they're losing lots of money to other sources. And ABC was like, hey, let's make this show about an island where crazy things happen.
Yeah.
They need to lose money to take chances.
Yeah. This industry, they just don't take risks. And in order for them to grow, they need to take risks. But you know what's funny about this whole thing? Is that the president of Square Enix is involved in this discussion of new IPs. Final Fantasy 13 is coming out in December. And there's not only 13 Final Fantasies, there's about 1,300 Final Fantasies. Do you know how many Dragon Quests there are out there? And this guy's talking about new IPs? That's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.